I have a huge repertoire of chicken stews, particularly French-style chicken stews, and this is the one that I use over and over again. Very simple, and of course, it's just a little bit creamy. So, I've got some chicken here. This is chicken thigh and chicken leg. I've left the bone in the chicken thigh and, of course, the drumsticks, but I've taken the skin off. I don't want the skin in this because it's not very nice for presentation. I'm heating up a saute pan, and when that's on a medium to high heat, we'll add some oil. Now, this is not like one of those beautiful golden deep coloured stews. It needs to be light in colour. So we just want to seal this off just for a few minutes. So I'll add the last one. Make sure that they're not overlapping. To this, I'll add a very good pinch of salt. And while that's sealing off, I'm just going to prepare 2 carrots. So it's got a beautiful sweetness to it, and it comes from the carrot. So 2 carrots, and I'm going to thinly slice them into rounds of about 1 centimetre. I've also peeled my carrot, and that should do it. Also, some button mushrooms. I'm just going to cut them in half. They do shrink quite significantly as they cook. So I do want to see them in the end result, so don't cut them up too small. And also, this is one of those very rustic French farm-style recipes where everything is just popped into the saute pan and left to cook long and slow. Okay, let's turn our chook. Perfect. That light colour is what we're after. And by the time I turn these, it'll be ready to come out of the pan. So just on a fresh plate, I'll remove the chicken legs and our thighs. Now, by all means, if you wanted to just use thighs or just use the chicken drumsticks, you can absolutely do that. Or you could cut up a whole chook, and that's what my grandmother used to do. So we've got this pan that's still quite hot. I'll add just another small bit of oil and we'll get our onion cooking. So 1 onion that I've chopped, and we'll add our carrots. And again, just not getting too much colour on our onions. We're just softening them slightly. Just use your tongs there to mix everything together to coat in that oil and that chicken fat. 1 clove of garlic, and the clove of garlic I'm using is huge, but I don't mind. I want loads of garlic flavour in it, but I'm not going to chop it this time. I'm just going to bruise it, and in it goes. Some hard herbs for this recipe, a combination of bay leaves, so 2 bay leaves and some thyme sprigs. Spread that out and just give that a quick toss. And once it's starting to glisten and it has softened slightly, we can return our chicken pieces. Very easy. So just nestle them around, digging them into that onion and the carrot mixture. I don't need any colour on the mushrooms, so we'll just sprinkle in our mushrooms in and around, just dot them in there. I will add a little white pepper. Since we're going with that lighter colour stew, I'm going to stick with white pepper. It's also milder in flavour. And some stock. So about 500 mils of stock goes in. I want lots of sauce for this. This should just or almost cover the chook. So what I'll do now is bring that to the boil. Then I'll turn it down to a medium heat, lid on, and it'll cook for 35 to 40 minutes or until the chicken is tender. Right, let's have a look at this chicken. It smells fantastic. See, it's just been gently bubbling away. So we're just going to keep that on a low heat. We're going to remove our chicken legs and the chicken thighs, just drain off any of that liquid, and we'll place it into a platter that we're going to serve this with. And you can see that there's still quite a lot of sauce. I'm going to remove that piece of thyme there and also the bay leaf. And to thicken this and make it really lush and creamy, what I do is add 1 egg yolk to a bowl. This is going to make it rich also. So 1 yolk, and some creme fraiche. Now, I love the addition of the creme fraiche because it's slightly tangy. It's also creamy, of course, but if you can't find creme fraiche, you can absolutely use thickened cream, or even sour cream works. So a few generous spoonfuls into that. We'll give that a mix. And some lemon juice. So this also cuts through the richness and balances everything else out. So squeeze of lemon juice in there, mix that in. And then little by little, we're going to add this. So the first thing I like to do is just add a little of that hot liquid into the cream. Stir that through. This is just to ensure we don't get any lumps. Pour that in. And as that gently bubbles away, you'll see it thicken. So you can use your whisk just to incorporate that cream, and you want that to bubble away and almost reduce by a third. So just keep agitating the pan. The best way to monitor this is to just grab a spoon, I'm just using a ladle, and just pop that in the sauce. And if it coats the back of a spoon and you can draw a line through it, you know it's the perfect consistency sauce-wise. So I'm gonna turn the heat off, that's looking good. And we can just pour this or ladle it over our chicken. This is country style cooking. You know, when you go into the countryside in France, this is what they serve. It's actually usually done with veal, but I love doing it with chicken. And you can see that we've got just that light golden color from the egg yolk that we added. To serve, just some fresh thyme, so we know that there was thyme in there. And that is a delightful dish. I would simply serve it as is with some steamed rice.